Japan is having fewer babies than ever before. Meanwhile, the number of very elderly people is at a record high. This year brings the country to a tipping point, known as the 2025 problem, with Japan's huge post-war baby boom generation now all in their mid to late 70s. When it comes to living with a shrinking and aging population, the data clearly shows that Japan is ahead of other countries, but also that its path isn't unique, and neither are the potential solutions. So the rest of the world is watching to find out, can a country shrink and grow old gracefully without losing its economic power and making success much harder to come by for the young? In the minute since this film started, an average of 3 Japanese have died. 1.3 babies have been born. That means the population has shrunk by 1.7 people. Every minute, every day, every year. Keep going at the same rate, and according to the government's own projections, by 2050, Japan will have shrunk by a number equivalent to the current population of Australia.
これまで人類が経験したことのない異常に激しい変化を経験する。
For 20 years, I've been covering Japan, and the most consistent story through that time has been demographics, the low birth rate, the shrinking population, and what the government has been trying to do to address all of that. The 2025 problem is that everyone born in Japan's baby boom years between 1947 and 1949 is now in their mid to late 70s. The point in the average person's life when medical and care costs start to soar. The worry is that Japan's current and future working population is too small to bear the financial burden of the social, health and welfare system that Japan has come to expect.
日本社会の在り方に対してものすごく大きな影響を与えると考えています。
So, what exactly has gone wrong? And is it even right to think of the problem in these terms?
Japan's total fertility rate, that's the average number of children that a woman would have over her reproductive years, has been among the world's lowest for about 70 years now. Most recently, it's been at around 1.2, where 2.1 is what you need to maintain a stable population. Now, South Korea's birth rate has gone even lower in the last few years, down to around 0.7, but that's happened much more recently. What makes Japan interesting is that it takes several decades for a low birth rate to start having these big societal impacts. So the fact that Japan started that journey so long ago means it is the place to watch to see what this means for society.
Japan has been bracing for full-blown demographic crisis for more than 30 economically stagnant years. But during that time, the country has continued to produce world-class companies and maintain admirable social stability. So what, if anything, should the rest of the world learn from Japan's experience? Japanese people have been able to live to extreme old age en masse because of the country's economic success, a generous public healthcare system, and a healthy lifestyle. The Fuwaku Rugby Club organises its teams by age. The players wearing yellow shorts are in their 70s. Spring chickens compared to those in purple who are in their 80s.
副理事長の丸山克彦です。現在73歳。かれこれ60年近くラグビーのプレーをし続けています。これからも100歳でトライをすることを目標に頑張ります。
Today, they're just training. But these boys are too tough for walking or touch rugby. They play the game full contact with no holds barred. And some of the players, including Mr. Maruyama, still have a surprising turn of speed.
僕も今73だけど、だいたい40代のつもりでいつもいるんだけど、緊張感を持ち続ければ常に若さが保てると。
Mr. Maruyama and his friends may be fighting fit, but in official terms, they define Japan's crisis. The baby boomers were born just after the Second World War, and as young adults, they drove the country's economic miracle through the 70s and 80s.
僕の若い頃、 みんなやっぱり希望を持ってたんじゃないかね。自分は将来何になりたいというものを明確なものを持ってたし、で今の若い人たちはなんかそういうのが足りないんじゃないかな。
In 2025, the last of this huge generation turns 75 and officially enters the state of extreme old age, with all that implies for welfare, pensions, and the burden of care. That might have been manageable if there was a large, younger population to support them. The 2025 problem is that unless something radical changes, there isn't. On the second Monday in January every year, tens of thousands of 20-year-olds head to shrines like Meiji Jingu in Tokyo for a coming-of-age ceremony. It's a tradition that goes back over 1,300 years and marks the official transition into adulthood in Japanese society.